The lawsuits are starting to fall away. They're starting to be dropped or either struck out when it comes to recounting the latest one in Michigan.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, they dropped the case because it was basically frivolous, and the numbers will not add up, even if they stopped it. The other thing happened is that the officials who are involved with that, there were two Democrats, two Republicans. The two Republicans initially said they would not certify that county's result, but they changed their mind and certified it. So the Trump administration or the Trump team, the campaign team, doesn't have much of a hope. So they dropped it basically. And Michigan has got 100, I think it was like 154,000 votes margin of victory for Biden. So it's quite large.
Yeah, certainly is. But it seems that the White House under Trump is rolling on no matter what in this, I guess, lame duck period, you might call it. We also see the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, going to Israel. It might be the last time he gets there.
Yes, it is. But it is a bit troubling that he was visiting the West Bank, which, according to the United Nations and other countries, it's considered occupied territory. And this is not a good sign. I mean, it's going to leave a bad taste in the Palestinians' area, their ideas about settling the problem. And it's going to cause a difficulty in negotiations. But when Biden comes in, I think that will be changed. And it was a move that Pompeo probably shouldn't have done, but he's there, and it's finished now. And Trump will be out in about 2 months.
Yeah, a lot of moves in this interim period, they look to be designed to be making life difficult for Joe Biden when he does finally get inaugurated in January. That decision to go to the West Bank, but also the decision to withdraw troops from Iraq and Afghanistan. This will make it difficult for Joe Biden, won't it?
Absolutely, because, I think many people do want to end those wars as soon as possible, but you have to do it in the right way, in the measured way. And, you cannot just precipitously withdraw troops all at one time. And he's doing that. And then that could make us having to go back there again with more troops. And that would be a real shame. Instead, a phased withdrawal, taking our time and ensuring that both those countries are more stable, and especially with the Taliban in Afghanistan threatening to come back to power. And they're we have to do it in a much different way. And the President Trump is just really not even paying attention to his own advisors who tell him, don't do it this way and do it the right way so we can have more stability there once we are withdrawn from there.
Meantime, we see a record number of cases, COVID cases, surging in the United States. And of course, Joe Biden is worried about what he will inherit in January. Dr. Anthony Fauci was saying that without those briefings being given to Joe Biden as well, the rollout of a vaccine might be in danger. What's the view of things in the United States when it comes to COVID at the moment?
It's very convoluted right now, and people are very confused and upset at what the Trump administration is doing by not certifying the election. I'm saying the word is to ascertain it. And that's the woman named Emily Murphy, who was appointed by President Trump, is the person who can actually sign the paperwork to ascertain the transfer of power so it'll be smooth, so that then Joe Biden's experts could meet with the Trump administration experts to see where they are on the method of fighting this virus, of being able to get the vaccines rolled out carefully and in the right way, but doing it quickly. This won't happen as long as the transition doesn't get finalized. And this is the real problem, that Trump has been holding up the transition. And in so many ways, it hurts. Not just the COVID response is the most critical right now, because we have had over 250,000 deaths at this point in America. It's the largest single number of deaths of any country in the world. And it's growing and growing, and it's just skyrocketing in terms of the pace of infections. So something has to be done, and the Biden team cannot do a whole lot without knowing with the foundation as to what's occurring right now. And with the Trump team, what's been exactly the details. How far they come along to addressing this question with actual infrastructure. This has to be done, and it's a real shame. And I think it's something that's very wrong that the Trump administration is doing, is to not make this a smooth transition.